Hey guys, hope you're doing really well. Welcome back to the channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Qasim Ackrim. I'm an 18-year-old entrepreneur and a marketing agency owner from the UK. And today we're going to be diving deep into something very exciting. It's a question that I get asked all the time. And I know I say this all the time, but that's because why I make these videos. I dive into topics and questions that I get asked all the time. But today's going to be one that's very special. And I'm going to be covering the business model that I'm in, which is, in my opinion and a lot of other people's opinions, the best business model to start as a teenager.
Watch on my wrist, never show me crunch time, cause I ain't never let it come to that one time.
So let's get into it. So this is obviously the title of this video, you've already seen it, is why I started an SMMA. So I'm going to be covering a few things. So to begin with, what is an SMMA slash e-commerce market? So what is a social media marketing agency slash e-commerce marketing agency? I prefer to call it an e-commerce marketing agency. So I'm going to explain the business model to you guys. Second of all, I'm going to be talking to you about why I started it, where I'm going to take it, so my goals, as well as the reasons I started it as compared to other business models. Third off, I'm going to be talking about how you guys can get started into it, how you guys should move forward. So after watching this video, I know I'm going to get loads of questions saying, hey, but okay, this sounds great, but how am I going to get into it? So I'm going to be covering that at the end of the video, along with a very special announcement. So let's get straight into it, guys. So first of all, what is an SMMA slash e-commerce marketing agency? Like I said, I'm going to be referring to it as an e-commerce marketing agency. So basically, the agency, what in essence what an agency is you're running a team of people that provide a service in return for money. So the services that I provide and that I would recommend providing, there's a whole load of services you could provide, but what I specifically provide is paid advertising on social media platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Google, yeah, I'm sure you know them. Email marketing, which is like paid kind of like ads but through email, so just your email. And third off is social media management. So that's organic growth, kind of exactly, just kind of posting social media, managing a brand's social media account. But I chose to stick with these kind of three services because the way I kind of do it is, my thought process behind this business model is, and the services that I provide is, I provide the services that make my clients money. So the overarching service is that you're building a brand. If you work with e-commerce businesses, which I would recommend you do, is that your service is that you're building your brand, you're growing their revenue, you're scaling your business. Kind of the way that I get my money from this business model. So I'm compensated monthly. So on a monthly set retainer, that can be anywhere from like 1k, it could be even lower than that sometimes with lower end clients. So let's just say 1k to maybe 15k in the high up range, and you can even see higher than that. I have friends who have signed clients for even higher than that, as a set monthly retainer. If you work with e-commerce, you can also possibly charge a percentage of how much you make them a month. So the way that works is, especially if you have a service that's as money generating as ads or email marketing, you can say to your client or the person you're going to work with, I'm going to charge a percentage of what I make you. So you can track that. You'll know this when you get into it. There's a lot of ways to track that. It's very easy to track that. So you can say, I've made you, let's say 100k, I'm going to take 5% of that. So that's going to be 5k just for you. All of the services are provided not by me but by my team members. So yeah, hopefully that explains the business model quite well. Any questions, let me know down below. I'll go into a bit more detail. So next off is why I started this business model, why I chose this as the one that I wanted to start, and why I chose to stick with it and scale it to the point that I'm at now, making 40, 50k a month. This business model for me, so you guys, if you guys have watched my previous videos, I'm sure you have. If you haven't already, then go watch my previous videos, like the one I talked about my story. When I was going to start a business, I was looking at a lot of stuff: drop shipping, Amazon FBA, forex trading, a lot of stuff, but all of that for me weren't particularly respectable in a business sense. I felt like if I told somebody that I made my money through dropshipping or through Amazon FBA, I wouldn't be as proud to say that I do that. But along with money, I wanted like some sort of respect in a business sense, as that is what matters. For me, that's what matters in business as a lot, is the impact and value you are creating for people. So the impact you have on people's lives and the value you are creating. So with dropshipping, you aren't providing much value, nor are you providing much impact. I'm just taking dropshipping as an example. But with when you're providing a service, and that service is changing somebody's life, it's if, for example, with e-commerce brands, your service that's growing a brand, if there's a person behind that, there's a founder behind that brand. So you're not only just growing the brand, but you're changing the person you're changing the founder's life, you're making them a lot more money. So that's creating impact, and you're also providing value through the same way. You're just providing value through you're providing a service that's actually changing somebody's life. And then also, if the brand itself is creating impact, you're helping that brand create impact by growing their brand, growing their audiences, selling more of whatever they're doing. So that's why for me this business model stuck so well for me, and it really just hit home, and I really wanted to start it. Other than business, and one of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest reasons why I tell people to start this business model over anything else, is because the change you have in your person is absolutely is like exponential. There's a huge difference between the person you start off as when you start this business model and the person you'll see yourself in 6 months or a year. But this business model requires so much of you. It requires you to show up in the sense that when you're working, you have to know how to work properly, you have to know how to budget your time, you have to know how to work efficiently. That will translate into many parts of your life. So with that, your sleep has to be good, your health has to be good, all these different things. That you have to be a very high performing individual. You have to have your work efficiency, your health, your sleep, your nutrition. It all comes into play, and it's not just about doing business, it's about being it turns you into a real entrepreneur. Not just do that, what I just said, but the biggest thing is also it grows your confidence massively. Like if you listen to the way I talked, even though I'm not great right now, like I still talk quite quickly, I still stumble my words, but if you listen to myself talking like 6 months ago, or maybe like a year ago, last summer sometime in 2020, it'd be a night and day difference. And even people who knew me, them speaking to me last year, and compared to the way I speak now, is a huge difference. And that is only because I was so far out of my comfort zone when it came to sales calls. So when I was jumping on calls with clients, people who I was trying to sell on my service, people who I was trying to impact and create value for, people who were paying me, and also with team members, trying to hire people who are much older than me, have much more experience than me, trying to not persuade them, but have the confidence to give off that I'm a business owner that you should work with, that you should work for. All this kind of stuff just grew my confidence levels exponentially. One thing that I get told often is that even though, because you guys know I'm 18 years old, obviously I repeat it all the time. I'm 18 years old, but people who talk to me never think straight off that I'm 18 years old. They always have to wait until I tell them, and they're like, wow, you're really 18 years old? And it's that kind of thing that if you guys are starting this business out very young, you will begin to get the mindset and the personality, and you carry yourself the same way a 30-year-old would, a 25-year-old would, who's been in business, who's been through corporate, anything like that. You begin to carry yourself and speak like somebody who's 10, 15 years older than you. So yeah, that is for me the biggest internal reason why I love this business model so much, is that it's not just about the money, it's not just about it's a good business in terms of the profits are very good, you're providing a really good service, you're not doing the service yourself, but also it requires a lot of you. It requires you to change so massively, and requires you to improve your life, your health, your personality, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, and it's essential skills that I can just carry on for the rest of your life. The skills that you can build in this business model: sales, basic marketing, just marketing knowledge, anything like team building, team leading skills, work ethic, work efficiency, all this different stuff that I've listed off. You have to improve that just for the agency, but then that also translates into your whole life, because like just networking and talking to people is such a big part of life. Sales is a huge thing in life, but you might not think you're being salesy, but internally you actually are thinking in a salesy sort of way, and that's what you don't realize until you actually dive deep into what a sales is and actually practicing it. It's a thing that you build really well in this business model, and things because you're required to. You can't sign clients without confident speech. I'm at a point now where a big limiting belief that I get is I don't have any client results, so how would a business owner trust me? And I had the same limiting belief, but then what I started to realize now, especially talking to other people as well, and I realized it in myself a lot with I started to realize that I actually don't ever show my results. I don't ever need to, because it's just based on the way I talk and the way you portray yourself on calls and speaking to people. They just have this trust for you. You kind of like instill a trust in them, so they just straight away they trust you. They're sold on you. They're persuaded just purely based on the way you've talked on the call. And that's something that I never actually realized that I do, but when looking back at it and all my calls that I've had, all the clients that I've signed, I don't think I've ever been asked for my client results, for my past results. Last thing I want to talk about in terms of a big problem that people have is when they're starting a business, they ask, how much money does it take to start? And that's the biggest thing. The biggest reason I started this business model is that it required next to nothing to start. If you really wanted to, right now, with these resources that you have out just now, online, on YouTube, websites, whatever else, you can 100% get started by paying nothing. You pay maybe a couple of subscriptions here and there for softwares, minimal amount, so like $25 here, there, $10 here, that kind of price, and you don't have to have a huge capital investment. So for example, let's talk about dropshipping, Amazon FBA, Forex trading. You need capital for all of these business models to begin with. You need capital to invest in stock. You need capital to invest in Facebook ads. You need the capital to invest in putting into the market. People just think that I need a comfortable job first. I need to have a salary first, and then I can think about starting a business. With this business model, you don't need, all you need is just yourself. You don't need any investments. You don't need any, it's like that. It just requires a bit of resourcefulness on your end. That's one big thing that I'd give a tip. A lot of questions in business and in life can be answered by a simple Google search or a simple YouTube video. So it's growing that resourcefulness to think that just because you don't have a course, just because you don't have access to a mentorship right now, it does not mean that you cannot just go out there and just be resourceful and see what's out there and take the best things from what you can see online that's free and just make the best out of it. So last thing is how you should get started. Also the question that you guys are going to ask, how do I get started in this business model? What courses do you recommend? All this kind of stuff. So I have a very, very special announcement that I've been wanting to announce for a long time. So I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, and you know kind of my journey, you know who my mentors have been. You'd know somebody called 𝐅𝐸𝐺𝐬𝐿. So 𝐅𝐸𝐺𝐬𝐿, the person that I went through his 10k SMMA ebook initially. That kind of gave me my start, and then I eventually went out to meet him in Dubai, and we became brothers. I stayed out there for several months, and I'm moving back to Dubai with him again. We are starting a brand new education business. So I've never thought I'd be the person who's going to start have a course, start mentoring people, but I started to really think with 𝐅𝐸𝐺𝐬𝐿. I started to talk to him about how the course industry right now, kind of what is being put out there, and how people that are selling courses are having to sell themselves and having to lie and there's a lot of things that you guys don't know about the course industry that we know, and I'm not going to say this publicly because it'd just be talking bad about people, and I don't really like doing that. So I'll keep the stuff that I know quiet. There's a lot of things you guys do not know. That kind of stuff just makes me think that it's almost rude of me not to take the knowledge that not just myself. So if I wouldn't start this myself, but since I have 𝐅𝐸𝐺𝐬𝐿 as a brother, and we both thought to come together to start this brand new education business to teach people solely how to run e-commerce agencies and take it to whatever point they want to do. So it's purely what we'll be teaching is we'll be purely working just with e-commerce agencies. So you guys who start out in e-commerce, want to run an agency, I'd recommend e-commerce anyway, but we'll only be working with e-commerce. That's the thing that we've just chosen to do because that's what we do. So we felt it was wrong of us to teach anything else, and we think it's the best, so we don't want to teach anything else because e-commerce, we just feel there's no better industry to be in. So what we'll be doing is we'll be working with agency owners that are just starting out, or from the ranges of just starting out, as young as I am. Something that I'm very passionate about is helping people that were just the same way I was last year. That's why I started the YouTube channel. That's why I'm now starting this education business. Helping people that have this passion for business, have the resourcefulness that I've talked about. They've gone online, they've looked it up, but they just have the wrong methods of growing an agency. They don't really know the ins and outs on how to build a real agency. And these other courses are out there, the entry level courses, is they hold a lot of things back from you. They don't tell. There's always questions that you have to ask after. There's always questions left in your mind. After watching these courses, there's always things left out, and they do that for a reason. Not to kind of put shade against them, but they always do that for a reason. And I know a lot of the people who start these courses, and I know why they do it. But for me, when we create a course, it's going to be nothing but the truth. It's going to be nothing but what will take you from any point. It can be, because something that I've realized, and I'm going into quite a lot of detail here, but something that I've realized is we were talking about the systems and like kind of the way we run our agencies. Myself and Arslan, Arslan's a guy who's been running it for several years. I think it's gone up to nearly 5 years now, 4.5 years I think. I've been running it for just around a year, and managed to scale it in a very quick time frame. And we've talked about the kind of systems and the stuff we have in place within our agency, and we realized that we have the same thing, but we realized that we have the same systems. We run the agency the same way. It's more just about the kind of people, adding and subtracting people and employees and team members. That's all it's really about. What we're creating and what we're going to be providing, it's going to be purely everything that we can teach you, and literally everything that we do. That took me from going from 2k a month, like 1 or 2 clients, took me from that point to where I am now. And it's the same stuff that Arslan's doing after running an agency for 4 or 5 years. It's these systems that we have in place that are evergreen. They never run out, they never change. They never have to ever worry about running ads for your own agency, never have to worry about lowering your profit margins or spending money on ads. It's one thing that we hate, both of us don't really like doing, is running ads for your own agency. And you'll see this, there's like this big, the course industry right now in this business model, they portray the fact that you have to run ads for yourself if you want to scale to a different level. If you want to scale from 10 to 30k, you have to use ads. And that is because they want to get you onto this. It's a very hard thing to do. Running ads for your own agency is a very hard thing to do, and it's for a reason. It's because you shouldn't. For me, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to do it. I never have done it. Actually, I have tried it, but I didn't like it at all. Same with Arslan, he very rarely does it. So they put it on that you have to run ads to scale to a really good point. But it's so far from the truth. It's because they just don't want to teach. They also don't know some of the systems that we have for client acquisition in all the different parts of the agency. So they try to say to you that to be able to scale your agency, you have to run ads, and to learn how to run ads for your own agency, you have to join our higher level course, which is a stupid amount of money. But for us, we hate that. So what we're going to be doing is giving away. So I'll talk you through kind of the way that our kind of education funnel will work. So to begin with, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, myself and Arslan follow us both on Instagram. And very soon we'll be announcing that we're going to be launching a few free webinars. So we're just going to be free, just a lot of guys jump on a Zoom call, jump on a stream with myself and Arslan, 100% live, and just raw, no like real structure to it. But we're going to be going through kind of our strategies to sign clients as quickly as you can. So all of the stuff that we do to give you kind of a head start, make sure you follow my Instagram, so you see when I announce that. So there'll be set dates and set times when that will happen. Following the webinars, there'll be something that we're going to be calling the 21-day challenge, or the 21-day mastermind challenge. So what that is a mastermind, 21-day mastermind with myself and Arslan. So it'll be put together in a group. The details of this will be in further detail on the webinar. So we'll be into a group with us. You'll have calls with us every other day. The goal of the 21-day mastermind is for you to sign as many clients as you can. That's a limiting belief, or like a hurdle that people don't always get over, and maybe like 90% of people don't get over it, is they just can't sign that first couple of clients. That just gives them belief that this can work, that this business model actually does work. So that's our goal with this 21-day challenge or mastermind, is to help you sign as many clients as you can. Following that 21-day mastermind, for the people that have potential and that we see really did work really well, because what we will be teaching you in that time is 100%. If you do what we tell you, you can 100% sign multiple clients. But the people who actually do put the work in and show potential, and we really like to talk to on the calls, we'll have a mentorship. So that this mentorship will be one-on-one with myself and Arslan. Will be sort of the highest level that we can give you of coaching, of mentorship, of education, is one-on-one, no time limit set to it. Just you're working with us one-on-one. We'll have calls every week. We'll give you access to our course content. We'll give you access to everything we have. We'll teach you how to the exact same systems and everything that we do within our agency. We'll almost give that to you, give everything you can ask for, everything that you can need. I would literally kill somebody for this stuff if I was starting out. Not to sound corny or cheesy in any way, but it's literally that. Like I said before, we're not holding anything back for the sake of money, for the sake of getting you to give us more money. We're giving you everything that we do. You can scale it from 5k to 100k to 200k to 250k to 300k to $1 million. It's really up to you how far you take this, and that's something that I'm so proud to say that we're providing this kind of education where it's really up to you how far you take it. We're not going to guarantee, even though we 100% can guarantee you to take you to 200k a month, it's up to you if you want to take it there. It's really, if you want to be that person who really enjoys running an agency and you want to take it to 100k a month, you can do that. The systems that we'll teach you will blow your mind so much, and will just show you that you don't have to put in so many hours a day. You don't have to put in 10 hours a day of work. You don't have to be working all the time. You don't have to be providing the services yourself. Everything will be automated. Everything will be delegated. All the systems will be built for you, just for you to put into your own agency, and you can have put your own twist on it here and there. Everything will be provided for you, so that it's really up to you if you want to take it to whatever point you want to take it to. And also with that, we'll be creating a course, like just a video course, with the same with sort of the, not the same level of support that the mentorship will have, but it will be everything that we'll still give away everything in that course. We'll give away everything that we know in that course, but the level of support won't be quite the same as the mentorship. So yeah guys, that is just a quick announcement, a very special announcement indeed, of kind of the new business that we're launching and the new thing that we're doing for the people. It's something that I never thought I would do, but I'm very glad that I am now doing it. And I'm very glad that I'm doing it from a point where I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it to grow my revenue. I don't care how much money this education business makes. I'm doing it purely for the sake of myself and Arslan had an idea to change the course industry, and we're now going ahead and doing it. So yeah guys, I'm really excited. Hope you guys are too. If you aren't already, make sure you go and follow myself on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell, give this video a like, and stay tuned for that announcement where I announce it on my Instagram. Anything you want to talk about down below in the comments, any questions you have, any points you liked about the video, anything like that, just drop it down below and I will get back to you. So yeah guys, I hope you have a really wonderful day. All the best to you, and I know you'll smash it. But yeah, I'm excited and I look forward to seeing you on these webinars that we'll be launching very soon. So yeah guys, have a great day.